What are you doing?
Oh.
Hi, welcome to the podcast. I'm James.
And I am Brady.
I don't think we're ever going to figure out how to start a podcast. No. I don't know. I guess some people have just, like, the scripted introductions. Like, I watched the Giant Bombcast, and, like, they always say the same thing. They know what they're doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Do you know what you're doing, Brady?
I don't know what I'm doing.
Hey, so, what should we talk about first?
There's a lot been going on.
A lot happened this month. E3 happened. I put out some videos that both did really well.
Mm-hmm.
I did a video about Star Fox Adventures where I kind of argue that game's not that bad. I got some people write me freaking novels in the comments. I think I definitely struck some nerves when I said people literally only hate this game because it's Star Fox. And I got a lot of people arguing, no, I would still hate it if it wasn't Star Fox. The game itself isn't good.
How would you know?
Well, see, the thing is, I think they misinterpret me saying they would still hate it as they would still think it's not a good game. Because when I said they would still hate it, I'm saying, like, you wouldn't, like, if it was a new IP, you would play it, not like it, and forget about it. You wouldn't still be complaining about it 20 years later, is what I was saying. And sorry, but I'm right. Also did, I had one. Oh, also, thank you to some people who might be watching right now, because I posted that video early, and one guy in the comments told me something I did not know about. If you don't pull out the staff during the General Scales fight, the cutscene doesn't happen. He just jumps around the stage like an idiot, and I thought that was funny. I went back and I loaded my save file and I played I only had to play 10 minutes to get back to that part, and I just got that and I included that. That was a really good bit. I'm really glad. Told me about that. Apparently, the dinosaur language, like in the manual, it explains how the language was made. It's just a rearrangement of like letters in a specific way. I didn't know that. I never had the manual because I got my copy when I was a kid from a pawn shop. I didn't have the manual. I wish I knew that. Could have included
some of the things that they say. It's like, how do you pronounce that? It just doesn't seem like you pronounce that. I remember you showing me a few clips of that.
Yeah, like the way it's spelled looks like a human mouth couldn't say that, but then they just have their own interpretation of how that would be said. I guess I don't know. It's kind of weird, but I think that's an interesting game. I felt really good about that video. So the guys got some hate, but I mean, hey, it's a game that, like, popular opinion, it sucks. Of course, if you kind of go against the grain, you're gonna get flack, and that was a risk I was willing to take, and I took that risk, and it did really well. It is the fastest performing videos, the fastest performing video I put out this year. It got more views in a small amount of time than anything else I put out this year.
Amazing.
And, I mean, I could just attribute that to, like, when I cover stuff people know, people are more likely to click on it, which is kind of weird, because, like, I like clicking on videos I don't know nothing about. That's why I was, like, Angry Video Game Nerd, just talking about, what are you doing? So I was talking about, like, stupid old games I've never heard of, and I just want to learn about them, but most people aren't that way, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I was watching a bunch of Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yeah, you told me
I was just like, I was binge watching all like the Halloween ones for some reason. Then I watched the Seaman one.
Seaman. Oh, that's a more recent one. Yeah. I really like that. James Rolfe is probably, I think he's like the penultimate YouTube creator. Like he's been around longer than most people. He's a
pioneer of YouTube.
He pretty much is the pioneer of the YouTube game review. And he's consistently been doing it since the inception of the nerd, and he's managed to like not only continue to put out like quality videos, but he's expanded his horizons. He does the rental reviews now, which I really like. He's got a team of editors, so he can get like lots of content out on the channel. I really love those rental reviews. I think I told you about them earlier.
I was watching one of them last night. I got to go through half of one, and I think it was like Tronton or something like that. It's like it's like this robot movie from
they always just find like a weird 80s or 70s movie, and then they all watch it on VHS, and I think that was a fantastic idea for a series because James has always had that like a recreation of like an old video store in his basement, and he's used that set to talk about movies before, but using that set for a consistent series I think is a really great idea, because it's kind of like it gives that feel that no other series I watched like has, where it's like it feels like these guys are in the 80s and they all just rented the same movie and they're just talking about it in the store, and I think it's great. But like aside from all that, he's also just been like a genuinely good person.
Mm-hmm.
Like you hear a lot of stuff. I don't want to get into controversy,
Yeah.
but you hear a lot of stuff about people getting outed for different reasons. There's been a lot of that this year.
Issues, yeah.
But James Rolfe has always been consistently like, not only is he's polite, he's humble, he's got a family, he's a loving father, and he's just like one of the most like lovable human beings. Like, did you watch his video thanking for 3 million subscribers?
I didn't. But,
oh my god! Like,
I'm sure it's heartwarming.
It is. Oh my god! I was like, almost, like I was tearing up a little bit by the end of it, just because he is like just the most legit person, and it's so funny that like, it's kind of ironic that like the most positive influence, one of the most positive influences in this whole YouTube circle, his character is all about just like being angry and stuff, and it's funny like and he mentions that in that video, but I've looked up to James Rolfe ever since like freaking junior high school, like 2006, 2007. I've watched him, and
he made me like white dress shirts.
Oh
For a while there, I was like, I like white dress shirts.
When I was in college, I liked wearing collared shirts a lot.
Yeah.
I do that, but mostly just flannel shirts. But when I was in college, I used to wear like a lot of collared shirts, other than just like over ones. But I'm so sick of that. Every time I pick this up, the coaster sticks to the bottom and falls on the floor. It is so irritating. Can you spray your coasters with something to not make that happen? Is there a thing you can get?
You can probably get hodgepodge stuff.
What?
Or like some kind of like gloss cover. I don't know.
Maybe I can just put tape on it. Like duct tape. Probably wouldn't. Stick that
Probably
like,
do
little
it
X on it. I don't know. Well, try. You never know. It's a different surface. It's not. It's kind of like a uneven surface. That's like straight flat. The might not. I don't know what I'm talking about. But hey, welcome to the episode podcast of the Nitro Rad and Brady Show. What did you do this month?
I streamed and I worked at EB Games.
Yeah, you were telling me that you worked at EB Games.
I was like,
you didn't tell me anything.
Did I tell you something? I was
yeah, man, like it really sucks that EB Games doesn't have the things I want them to have when I go to buy them.
Well, you're a little too late to the party. Like,
I want Animal Crossing e-reader cards. Lately, I've been getting back into Animal Crossing with New Horizons, the trailer, but even before they showed the New Horizons trailer, we'll talk about E3 in a bit.
Yeah.
But I've just been getting back into New Leaf. I've been playing that a lot lately. Like early this month, I just picked it up. I was like, I wonder what my town looks like. I think I needed like 2 seconds of footage for something. Or maybe that was like a while ago. I needed I think I talked about like Isabel. I was like, yeah, because Isabel's or something. Yeah. I forget what video that was for. It was a while ago. Was it Jet Force Gemini? It was something before that. Anyway, yeah, I've just been playing New Leaf again, and I was surprised at like how easy that game was to go back to, and like I have my house fully paid off, but now I'm just like trying to get the furniture I want. There's a lot of stuff I didn't like fully complete. And I'm just like playing it like not daily, but like a little bit every couple of days, and and I kind of decided that when New Horizons going to come out in March next year, I want to do a couple of Animal Crossing videos, but I thought like, how do you review Animal Crossing? I don't want to just review the games. I just want to like talk about some of the weirder Animal Crossing stuff, like peripherals. Like I got a Wii Speak in the mail. I want to get like that homebrew Reconnect 24 set up so I can do some stuff with that. And I want to talk about the e-reader because I remember there was these like fabled NES games you could unlock that people found on the disc through like cheat codes. It was Ice Climber, Mario Bros, Zelda, and Super Mario Bros, and you can't get those any other way. But it turns out a lot of people didn't know this because the cards are really rare. Ice Climber and Mario Bros you unlock by swiping an e-reader card. And I've been looking online for those two cards every single day almost. I type in Animal Crossing e-reader newly listed every day. I'm looking for them. But yeah, I want to get all that stuff. So, and I also want to talk about differences between like the original version in Japan, because the original Animal Crossing came out in Japan 3 times.
Yeah, wasn't it on N64?
It was on N64. I ordered that in. I might try and get the other 2, but then there was the GameCube version that's like, oh, we can have the GameCube clock. Then they localized that into English, which like they added some more stuff, and then they translated. They're like, oh, that's a cool version. Then they translated that back into Japanese and had a third version in Japan with the e-reader stuff and like extra holidays or something like that. I want to talk about all those things. There's like a lot to talk about, like all the weirder aspects of Animal Crossing, like the bulkier stuff. Like, and it's cool because like Amiibo cards was kind of like the spiritual successor to that. I want to get into all that. I want to try and get in some Amiibo cards and stuff. But it wasn't e-reader cards I was mad EB Games didn't have. I was looking for Animal Crossing Amiibo cards, and nobody has them anymore.
Let me tell you, as Captain Amiibo, it's a long way down, bud. Welcome to the Amiibo Fest.
Yeah, the Amiibo
to
Fest.
full.
I ordered that again.
You got it again?
It was $7 on eBay.
Oh my god!
I'm
not playing it with you again. I'm not playing it with you again.
I told you how I profited off of that when I first got it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it in the video I made on it years ago, but for those that don't know, I got Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival at Walmart because they had the wrong price up by accident, and they honored that price. It was a price error on their fault, so they had to give it to me for, it was like $30 instead of like $80, which is what it was at the time. So I got the Amiibos and the game for $30. I played through the game and it was dog shit. I reviewed it. And then I traded just the game back, but I kept the Amiibos. I traded it in for more than what I bought it for with the pricing error. At EB
before
Games.
Everyone knew it was shit.
Yeah, so the $10 difference or whatever, I just used, I guess, now finally to buy it again for $7. So, like, in the end, I have that game now again, and I just made $3 profit. In the end.
Didn't you literally, like, just jokingly ask the dude, being like, yo, does it mean I can actually get that? And then he was like, oh, let's see.
I wanted to see because I wasn't fully sure they would do it because I worked retail before. Yeah. I know not all places have to. Like I've had entitled like older people come in and be like, the price is wrong. That means you have to give it to me. It's like, no, we don't. We make the rules. We don't have to do shit. But we will sometimes, and sometimes their attitude does play a role in whether or not we give it to them.
Yeah.
So they did end up giving it to me. And I think a big part of that was because I was really nice about it. But what I said is like, I smiled and I said to the guy, hi, so I know that's not the right price, but can I abuse my rights as a consumer to get it for that price? And he's like, he smiled because he knew I was being cheeky, and he's like, I don't know, let me call the manager, and she gave it to me.
Right on.
Yeah, be nice to retail workers because they have shit jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I really want them Amiibo cards, and no one has them. I ordered a couple packs on eBay for dirt cheap.
Yeah.
But
I got all of the Animal Crossing Amiibo figures.
I only have 3 of them.
Yeah.
No, I got 4 of them because I got Tom Nook. Best Buy had Lottie for $3.
I knew Lottie wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, no one wants Lottie. She's kind of ugly. No offense if you like Lottie. I think she's kind of whatever looking.
My least favorite out of all of them.
Yeah.
I rather anyone else really.
Yeah. I want Blathers and Kicks. Like
the funny thing is though, those were like the second lowest like in the favoritism of the Animal Crossing Amiibos. Like I would see a whole shit ton of Lottie. I'd see Blathers. I would see Kicks, and then I would see either Digby or Rossetti.
Oh, I didn't know they made a Rossetti one. I'm sure a lot of people really wanted the KK Slider one.
Yes.
He's like one of the most popular Animal Crossing characters. I really regret not buying out Toys R Us's stock when they had them all on sale for like $5 each. They're trying to get rid of them.
I think not the Best Buy near you, but the other Best Buy.
Yeah.
I think they do have those 3-packs.
I should call that.
So I mean, always check the website, right?
Bum a ride off of somebody.
Because literally, you can put those on hold.
Oh, I checked it. The thing is, I checked the website. The websites aren't always accurate to what they have. Like the website told me that they didn't have any at the one near me. Yet they had a Robin and a Lottie. So I don't trust the web. Like EB Games is really up to snuff for their website. I find. Best Buy is not.
Our website's
not
crap.
Really?
Yeah. Like anytime because it updates the morning we open, and that's what's in our system. So if someone were to buy something that day, and it would say it would still be online, they would come in, they'd be like, yo, we want this, and then I'd be like, I actually sold that this morning, and then they're like, well, It said on the website, I was like, don't trust the website.
Yeah.
Actually call in to us.
That's like when I worked at Toys R Us, it was the same way. Like they would come in, they'd be like, website said you had it. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, but we don't. The website's not like 100% correct.
Website's not the actual store.
I just hate how scarce everything is in Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Like we live in a province with a lower population, and since there's not as much demand, there's not as much supply. So like, if we lived in like Ontario, you would probably have such an easier time finding amiibos. But here it's like, the thing is, what sucks is since the population here is so low, anyone that's into like selling used games is like, they know. They're not just like, oh, we'll put it up for $5. So they always look at
it's not even just individuals, it's actual businesses like thrift stores. Like literally, I went to a Value Village today, and they had a copy of Sparkster's Rocket Knight for the Super Nintendo, and it was $69.99. As well as I went down to the electronics section just to see how many Wiis they had, because usually people donate their Nintendo Wiis when they can't trade it into us at EB Games. Literally, there were 3 stacked beside each other, everything in the same bag. Had the cords, you had the connectors, you had the bar. Looked at it. One was $19.99, the other one was $24.99, and then the other one was $29.99.
Like,
all the same stuff, double the price.
I feel like they just slap a random price on some stuff. Like I remember when I got my Wii balance board for a video ages ago. I went to a Value Village, and one of them, they were like $20 each. And then I went to a different Value Village, and there was 2. One was $15, and one was like $4, and they were exactly the same. Jeez. I swear Value Village slaps a random price on shit. It's so
like weird. Literally, I seen a Yokai Watch stuffy that would be $2 at our dollar store. Walked in there was one for $7.99.
That's one thing I wish, because like if we had more supply, dollar stores would get those amiibos. Like a friend from United States, Michigan, told me that they have dollar stores selling Animal Crossing amiibos down there.
Should see if they can deliver some to you.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess we're gonna be meeting up with him and
Con Bravo.
Con Bravo. Yeah, we're going to Con Bravo.
Oh yeah.
Can't wait next month. That's like soon. That's like 20-something days.
Yeah, that is literally. Wait, my birthday is gonna be on the 29th.
I have this habit now that I think is kind of funny. Someone comes up to me, they say, "Are you Nitro Rad?" I go, "No, I'm James."
I got noticed at my work, like, because someone tweeted at me, and was like, "Yo, I know you," and then they were like, "I was a guy with the green hat," and I remember seeing him, and I was like, "Oh, well, why didn't you come over and like punch me in the face and say hi?" And he's like, "I didn't want to bother you," and I was like, it doesn't bother me.
Like I've got that a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Like I'll be at the mall and I'll get a tweet at me later. I saw you at the mall, and I was like,
well,
why
I remember
didn't you
that
say
time
hi?
we went on like a big old ass journey to go to I think it was Mary Brown's.
Yeah.
And then we stopped at a Tim Hortons, and then on the way back,
someone said
we got that tweet and was like, I've seen you guys. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. There's one guy that works at the Tim Hortons, just like where I live, that I go to all the time when I want like a coffee or something. And he's like, he recognizes me. He's like, yeah, that guy's from YouTube. I don't think he watches my channel. He's probably just seen my face on thumbnails. But yeah, and one time I heard him whispering to his friend about me. I said, y'all talking about me? And then he smiled. He's like, yeah. And then, I see him all the time. He's like, cool.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's nice when it's not awkward.
Yeah.
Because like there's one time there's a guy at EB Games who I
was with you.
Yeah,
I was with you.
The day I put out the Jet Force Gemini video, and he just goes, "Hey, I really liked your Jet Force Gemini video," and I was like, sometimes I handle it well. Sometimes I know I can just be like, "Oh, thanks." Sometimes I'm like anxiety awkward mode, and this was a moment I was in awkward mode. So I had my Dr. Pepper, and I just kept looking at him through my Dr. Pepper. I said, "Who are you?" And he said,
and I'm just standing there like,
and he said, "I am subscriber." And then he tweeted at me later. He said, "I meant to say I'm Michael," or whatever it was, and I was like, "It's fine. Like I'm just as bad with social interaction."
I was so like, James, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like my body's like, do something.
You're staring at him.
I don't know what. I don't know. Just try to occupy
for the next April Fool's video.
Yeah.
Jesus.
God, yeah, I don't know. Whack job. When I was when we were at Anime Next, I was walking around with this guy because I got him there, and someone was like, "Are you Nitro?" And I'm like, "Do you want to hug my dog?" I did that to a couple people. I don't know. I just gotta figure out how to deal with people.
Yeah.
I'm stretching. I forgot I was talking.
Don't stretch and talk at the same time.
Yeah, don't chew with your mouth closed.
Don't step without checking your laces, bud.
Yeah. I also put out that Mega Man Sprite game video.
Yeah, I was really happy when you did that. I really actually liked that
Yeah, you played that game before, apparently. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was my first time ever playing it. I didn't even know what Mega Man Sprite comic was until I looked into it to make that thing.
What?
I've had people asking me to review that for years. I think ever since I reviewed Toilet in Wonderland, and now everyone's asking me to review Barkley's Shut Up and Jam Gaiden, which I do know about that one. I know that's a really wacky game. Just there's a Kickstarter to make a sequel to that or something apparently, but obviously they just wouldn't use the copyrighted names and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if that ever came to fruition or what. I haven't heard about that, but that's something I definitely should cover sometime eventually. Maybe not soon. I like to do one of those wacky videos, once in a blue moon, because I like my videos to. I kind of like my videos to be more informative rather than comedy focused.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make that shift where I'm just starting to try to be funny all the time, because even if a lot of people said they did like it, I did get a couple comments being I wasn't feeling this one. I don't really like it. And it's well, I understand that, because I used to watch a lot of YouTubers where I felt like there's that one video where I could tell they started trying to be way funnier. And it was from then on, I just kind of enjoyed them a lot less. And even if that kind of got them more views, and I kind of vowed to never do that. And, so don't expect too many wacky, ridiculous videos from me. I want to keep it what I've always
It's usually just the April Fools and
April Fools
one here and one there.
Yeah, I like having one or two jokes in a video, but I don't like that to be the focus of it. But making my Sprite game such a ridiculous concept that it's what else do you do?
Yeah.
Everyone really seemed to like that Club Penguin dance I did.
I was going nuts over that.
Because I saw that dude. It's got 2 million views. It's doing the Club Penguin dance. It's just some guy doing it stop motion, and ever since I saw that, I wanted to put that in the video. But again, I don't want to just shoehorn a joke in a video if it doesn't work. And that was the spot where it worked. So I was able to do that.
I really want to learn how to do that dance one day.
You can't.
I will.
It's
I'll learn.
You need editing.
Okay, I'll find a way to do that.
All right. Well, you can't do that on the fly. You can't it has to be done later than you do.
I will get a fly and a frog.
No frogs need to fly.
No frogs were harmed in the making of this fly.
Man, I've been watching Tim Heidecker's movie review podcast called On Cinema. He does it with Greg Turkington.
Yeah.
And the way Tim just fumbles over everything he ever says, he just messes up all the actor names and like that. I can't quite do it super well, but Tim Heidecker fumbling over 100% of everything he ever says is one of the funniest things to me. Yeah. How was your day?
My day hasn't stopped yet. I've been going on 0 hours of sleep.
Yeah, you can get.
Hence why I'm probably wearing these glasses more than usual.
Oh, you don't want to. You want to hide your.
I just don't want my eyes to be strained.
Your prying eyes.
Because we got the light. We got the lighting, right?
We got lights up. Yeah.
And it's very bright, and I don't want my eyes to get all red. I mean, you can see a bit of my dark circles, but
I always got dark circles under my eyes. Yeah. I don't know why. Even if I get enough sleep or I wake up a good time, I just always have dark circles. And a lot of people be like, James, you look tired. Get some sleep. I'm I always look like this. Sorry.
One thing people always say about me is usually yo, you sleeping all right? I'm like, no. And it's well, you look terrible. I was like, well, that's also thanks to a sunburn I got a long time ago.
Really?
Yeah, when I was younger, my grandfather took me and my brother with our step-grandmother to, I think it was Magic Mountain.
I used to love Magic Mountain in New Brunswick, yeah.
We went there for the day, and it was a scorcher, and it was just really hot and sunny, and Grandfather forgot to put sunscreen on us.
Oh no!
It just slipped his mind because he's like, I know you guys want to go have fun. We'll be over there. We're just gonna be setting up stuff. I was like, okay. We immediately went off, completely ignored it because we're kids. We're stupid. We don't know that stuff.
Yeah.
I got stung by a bee behind my ear, and I went, "Oh, you bitch!" like that, and I went like that, and I squashed him. And
you would have put the stinger in your ear.
No, behind my ear.
Oh, okay.
And
so if you like slap the stinger, push it in your ear, that would be awful.
That would be terrible. And so the day went on, and he noticed this black kid's looking really red.
Oh, no.
And he went, "Are you all right? The sunscreen, Jesus Christ!" And I was like, yeah, I kind of sting a bit. And then, for God knows how long, probably a week, I was literally for summertime, I was laying in my bed, couldn't move because I was just in so much pain.
I've had that really bad sunburn one time before when I was a kid. It wasn't quite that bad, but it was like on my arms. I remember my skin peeling off.
Like literally, this layer of skin peeled off around my nose.
God.
And then around here, so literally, I have a bit of raccoon mask.
Oh God!
So anytime I'm really tired, it's just dark circles.
But you gotta put aloe vera.
Aloe vera.
And that stuff's really cold and goo, and it feels gross. And yeah, I just wear sunscreen. Go out now. That and bug spray. Don't forget bug spray, because there's been so many times where we've gone out to film in the woods in the summer. We don't bring bug spray.
The Metal Gear videos.
We come back and I'm just like, for days.
Literally. I mean, I was Snake. I was geared up and stuff, but it didn't matter. Like, my face was like...
They get through that. They get through the clothes, the thick layers,
even
if you got costumes on. Yeah. I don't know how they do it, but they find a way.
We filmed a Granicore video today.
We filmed a Granicore video today. Yeah, I literally just... we are filming this on my new camera. I got a GH5. I had the GH3. This is the... I skipped the GH4. The thing about the GH4 is, like, it can record 4K. The GH5 is, like, we can record 4K at, like, actually good frame rates now. Because I think it was, well, I say good. If you're using it as a film camera for film purposes, you're going to be filming at 24. But this one can record at 30 and 60. I don't know if the other one could record 30, but maybe it could. Not that it matters. I mean, I didn't really get it for 4K. I mean, I still upload everything in 1080p. I don't really think 4K is super necessary. But I got it mostly just because, I think the quality of the sensor is just a little bit better, but also it can film 180 FPS, which means you can do crazy slow motion stuff. So that's
you should literally see how my face wobbles. Like,
I'll put a clip here because I was just testing it, filming you just like wobbling your face like that. I was like, hey, let's do something slow motion. So we're just throwing like stuffed animals at each other. Yeah. Except for like you're shooting guns, but like it cuts to me with animals coming at me.
Literally just plotted into a video.
Yeah. I'll edit that later. That'll be out by the time this podcast goes up. Shouldn't take too long. The other thing I'll take like a little bit we'll be editing in the muzzle flashes. Yeah. That takes a little, because I try to make them look good as I do in After Effects. Yeah. So I have like the muzzle flash, and also have like the actual painted on light onto like where it would be. Try to make those look good, especially on the close-ups. I
got a haircut.
You got a haircut? Check that out.
Oh my gosh, my hair got flattened down.
Yeah, I haven't had a haircut in a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I got that Barrett hairdo looking.
Oh yeah.
Like, come on, rookie, let's go.
Like kind of like a flat top, but like real short.
Yeah.
You've been playing anything lately?
I've been playing Night in the Woods. I've been playing that. I really like that. I've also been... I didn't finish it because Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled also came out.
There you go, yeah.
I streamed that for a bit. Play online with some of my buds.
I really regret getting a Sonic Team Racing game. Yeah. I played it once and I might never play it again.
Like literally, like I said, I was like, if we got nothing to do one night, I'll just let's play it.
Yeah, we can do that.
Take advantage.
I mean, may as well because I haven't. I've been playing. I actually went back to Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Have you?
Haven't played that since it came out last October.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
But like I remember everyone saying it gets good 15 hours in, and I wasn't feeling it. But I guess I probably stopped playing around the 15-hour mark because I'm like into it. I'm really enjoying it. Just like grinding out all those like I just love exploring the land. That world is so much fun to explore, like ancient Greece, and I just like going to each location where it's like do the 3 things that lose this location, like burn all the war supplies, loot the chest, and kill the captain. I just like go to every I'm not even doing the story. I just like doing that over. It's like grindy. It's like it's my potato chip game right now. It just feels I'm doing the same thing over and over, but it's fun because like they're always in interesting locations. I get to like climb around and do all that. The combat's fun, the climbing's fun, the sneaking's fun. Yeah, I'm having a great time with it. And then other than that, I've been playing Animal Crossing. Yeah. I'm not really playing anything new right now. Mario Maker comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'm not going to be around for it.
That'll be out by the time this comes out, and I'll have played that. I'm really excited to stream that game, and I'm sure you are too.
I'm very excited to stream it. However, I'm going to be gone for the entire weekend when that launches, so I'm not going to be able to pick it up.
Yeah.
So after I get back and after Canada Day, we'll stream it because I wanna see what the people that are following me can make. And
that's why it's like the perfect game to stream because like you can get people in the chat submitting levels.
Yeah, I'll make a level for you to play.
Yeah. Oh, and I'll make some levels for you to play. Yeah. See, what I love making is like ghost houses. That's what I did.
Why is everyone I know love making the ghost houses?
I like making a level that's more like what do I do rather than like a difficult level because there's all those like Kaizo levels that I watch like I like watching people just play hard Mario Maker stages, but I like doing the ones that's like hard to figure out rather than hard to like be. It's like, oh, you got to find an invisible block here. Like I did that thing Mario World did where it's like it looks like you're going through the same two rooms, but they're actually layered off. They're actually different rooms that are just look the same that you're going through. And I did that, and nobody could beat it, and it got removed. But I want to do some of that because now I'll be able to do that on stream and see if anybody can beat it.
Someone that I went to school with, Neo, his username is Neo Pee-wee. He made a ghost level and called it the Leg Man's House or something like that. And like it was literally impossible for us to get through that. Because it was just one of those ghost houses. Everything was similar. Everything was mimicked. However, it was just all different rooms. And the time limit was just like, you had all this time and you still died. Learn how to beat the game, bud. And I'm like, I hate ghost house so much.
I love them. It's fun. Those are always my favorite levels in Mario World.
Yeah.
Because I like the puzzle aspect to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that. I've been working on a new video. I've been doing that won't be out by the time this goes up because it's gonna. I am only like writing. I got one page written so far. I have the game finished though, so it'll be a bit before I get that out. But I've been playing Tonic Trouble. Which is an N64 game made by... it wasn't made by the same company, so a lot of people are like, yeah, they were both made by Ubisoft, so they're made by the same people. But a lot of people forget that Ubisoft is like 6 mini companies. Like, Rayman was made by Ubisoft Montpellier. Tonic Trouble was made by Ubisoft Montreal, which they're the people who make Assassin's Creed now. So it's crazy to think like this is one of their first. I think they made a couple of like weird like one-off PC games, but this was like their first major project for a console that they ever made. Was Tonic Trouble. I played through it. It was a really interesting game. It was a little more puzzle focused than Rayman 2, which I thought was really interesting because it's like surface level. It's like really easy to make the comparisons, but the more you play it, the more like okay, they're kind of doing their own thing with it. The characters look so similar though, like the floating arms, no limbs, but it's because the world and characters were designed by Michel Ancel, the guy that made Rayman, so that's why there's the similarities there. But there is this really crazy thing with the PC version I found out, and I can't wait to talk about it in the video. There was a beta version of the game that they accidentally released in cereal boxes, and I think it came with some graphics cards too. Instead of releasing the PC version that was like the retail PC version, they accidentally put like this older unfinished build version of the game where like the hub world's slightly different. There's no intro cutscene, it just drops you in the first level. The controls fucking suck dick. It's crazy that that happened, and I played like I couldn't beat the second level of it. Wasn't it? Tank controls. It was like imagine Croc's controls, but really, really bad. There's no strafe. The jumps are really floaty. It's awful. And they accidentally released that, and they called it Tonic Trouble Special Edition. I don't know why they called it that. I couldn't find any reasoning behind it, but I'm guessing like the person actually printing the disc that was given that build noticed it was slightly different, so they're like, oh, it's called Special Edition. And there's physical discs of that. That's nuts. I played through most of the PC version. The PC version of that game's really good. It's I feel like not only the graphics are better, but I feel like the collision detection's a little bit better, which is interesting. I mean, Rayman 2 had a PC version as well, and it was interesting because, like, I remember listening to Michel Ancel talk about developing Rayman 2, where he's like, it's cool because, like, they made these beautiful textures, and then they had to, like, scale them down to fit, like, a 16 by 16 pixel or 32, whatever the dimensions of textures have to be on N64. Yeah. But on PC, the textures just look the way that they always wanted them to, which was neat. And then it was similar on Dreamcast as well. Dreamcast is a cool machine because it's kind of like it's kind of like the 60 FPS version of N64 games machine. Yeah. It had a lot of ports, PS1 and N64 stuff. It just runs better. Legacy Kane, play that on Dreamcast. Don't play it on PS1 where it runs at like 10 frames. Yeah, that's just really interesting.
Whatever the hell, what's his face?
What?
Legacy of Kane yells something.
Oh, you're thinking
no, it's
Akuji the Heartless.
Akuji the Heartless, that's it.
Sharon, not Sharon.
Yeah.
Ketcha.
Yeah.
Ketcha.
Ketcha.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Kesho. I don't remember something like that.
Mixing up Akuji the Heartless.
That's a weird ass game.
Yeah.
Like that's like the most, like, I think one of the most forgettable things I've ever covered. Like, it wasn't bad, it was fine, but I'm never gonna think about that thing again. That's what I've been doing lately.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about E3 yet. Let's talk about E3. Yeah. Did you know EA had a conference?
I don't give a shit.
I didn't even know they had a conference. Like, I didn't talk about them in my thoughts on E3 video because I just didn't even know they had one. What would you say is all your favorite shit from E3?
Square Enix.
Scratching my thigh. I'm not touching my pee-pee, don't worry.
Square Enix.
What from Square Enix? What from Square Enix?
Obviously Final Fantasy VII.
What else though?
What else?
Oh,
God, Dragon Quest.
Everyone says that Square Enix was really good, and then they say Final Fantasy, they say what else, and they can't answer that question.
Dragon Quest. I was really happy with Dragon Quest.
Builders 2.
Yeah, Builders 2.
They mostly just like announced ports.
Obviously, the Marvel game, the Avengers game.
I'm not sold on that, though.
I'm definitely more into that one than I am the one that's going on Switch.
They didn't show gameplay, though. Oh, Ultimate Alliance 3. Yeah, at least we know what Ultimate Alliance 3 is going to play like. Like, they didn't show gameplay of this at all. Also, like, one thing I don't like about the Avengers games, like, we got an all-star cast of voice actors. I'm like, oh, it's just Nolan North and Troy Baker, so they're going to sound like every fucking video game character.
We got Troy Baker,
Great.
Nolan North. And here's the big surprise. Matthew Mercer.
Oh, Matthew Mercer. I like him a lot, though. I feel like he's not oversaturated with voice roles. At least not in, like, the more, like, photorealistic games. It's mostly, like, anime games, I think.
But I was definitely interested in that. It looks good.
It does look good. Like, I don't care about Final Fantasy VII at all, but the stuff they're doing with the battle system I think is awesome. Like, yeah.
I immediately pre-ordered that limited edition because, like...
I'm kind of, like...
I'm definitely like iffy on the idea of it still being episodic.
Yeah, because
however,
do you buy the first one, get the rest of the episodes free, or do you have to pay like full price for every single episode?
I don't know.
I'm
wondering though if your data carries over.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So you're gonna have all the stuff that you start off with.
The thing is, can you just start at episode 2 without a save? What level would you start at?
That's interesting.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, like, that is actually an interesting thing. It's
like episode 2 like unplayable.
If you buy it and it's just bricks.
Yeah, like how are they gonna do all that?
I think if it's like if you start a new game, I think they would like preset you to something. Kind of like they would have like a menu prompt where it'd be like you have data from chapter 1 or like
but it's like I don't know, it's just
that's
a really rocky thing to deal with because I feel like being thrown into like halfway through an RPG and they just make you level 30 or whatever and give you random like items and spells. It'd be like, oh, it's weird.
I don't know, man. This is something that I'm just like. Back in my day, we had 3 discs. No, 4. I think it was like 4. No, 3.
It was on 3 discs. Yeah. Wasn't Final Fantasy 9 on 4?
Yeah, 9 was on 4. I think it was.
Crazy. Nuts.
But yeah, like I was.
L.A. Noire, I think, was on 4 discs on Xbox 360.
Really? Yeah,
it was maybe 3 or 4 discs.
I think it was 3.
PlayStation 3 is on 1.
I know. Blu-ray, Final Fantasy 13 was on 3.
Yeah. And then on PlayStation
PS1, it was just 1.
PlayStation was on 1.
Yeah.
Blu-ray. And then Xbox One, they're like, all right, fine, we'll do Blu-ray. Yeah. What else was your favorite stuff from E3?
like Nintendo, obviously.
Yeah,
Nintendo's like
killed it this year.
Some very like mellow stuff, but like the really big like hype stuff was really hype. Like it was really up there.
A lot of stuff that I didn't see coming. Like when they announced the collection of Mana.
Yeah.
Where it's like, finally, the third game in that series is getting a localized release of like the original thing. People have been wanting that for like more than 20 years.
Yeah.
And then they're making a remake of it called Trials of Mana. I didn't realize it was a remake at first because I don't ever play the thing. But like, I want to kind of get because I've always seen Secret of Mana. Like, I'm not huge into JRPGs, but that one's like not quite just like turn-based. It's like more action. I played with my friend Dylan, and like it's one of the most beloved RPG. It's like the only one of those like all-time classic beloved JRPGs from like the 16-bit era on Super Nintendo that I didn't play, because like I've played Final Fantasy 4 and 6 and Chrono Trigger, and like the last one I feel like I'm missing from like the Square Enix side of things is Secret of Mana. Why'd I forget what it was called?
Another thing I was excited for, The Witcher. Finally, able to actually play that.
On 3DS. That's crazy. Switch, not 3DS. Why'd I say that?
Could you imagine though? Like, oh my god, that would be terrible. Dragon Quest Builders 2 is coming. I'm excited for that. The first one was pretty cool. I think the second one's definitely gonna fix all the problems that the first one had. Astral Chain is definitely something that interests me.
Astral Chain definitely looks like a platinum game.
Yeah, like it is.
I'm not too big.
I was just like, I literally looked at it. I went, "This is Nier Automata Rising Neta 2."
Like I said, it looks like a platinum game.
I was just like, yeah.
But yeah, I think Nintendo definitely had the best conference by a mile. Microsoft was like
Banjo,
another good one. Banjo's and Smash.
And Breath of the Wild 2.
I'm still mind blown by Banjo being a Smash. Yeah. And I literally thought that would never happen. I actually thought that was never gonna happen, and it did. Like, that was my number one pick ever that I've wanted forever.
Literally,
and, like, wow, dude, that's dope.
Literally when it opened up with a Smash trailer, I was like, how are they gonna make this look like really dark? I was streaming and talking with Jeremiah Isaiah on YouTube, and like we were just going on about it, and it's like, well, there's this chance for Banjo. I was like, hey man, you never know, they might have one later down the road, because usually with big things like this, they'll have a second one. It's not over until it's over, and then.
Oh, you mean you're talking about when it started? Yeah,
when it started with the Dragon Quest guy.
Well, I always thought from the beginning they were going to show two characters.
Yeah,
and I was right.
I immediately was like,
start with one and
I'm hoping for the two. I was really hoping for the two, and I got the two. And literally, after I was like, it's not over until it's over. Yeah. Finally went to the end, and I was like, I told you it wasn't over until it was over. Oh my god!
When they showed that trailer, I was like, wait, another villain, another Donkey Kong villain?
Like I was,
and then the Jiggy bounced by, and I realized, because it's Rareware. That was the moment where it clicked for everyone when the Jiggy bounced by. Some people missed it though.
Yeah. My issue was I didn't miss it, and I didn't clue into it being Banjo. I clued into it being the puzzle pieces from the Donkey Kong Country Returns game.
It's like
I was like, is it Funky Kong? Is it Cranky Kong? Who is it?
Those are orange though.
Yeah, and well, I mean, with the yellow, orange,
the golden
sunset like lighting, I didn't. It was bouncing, so immediately I was like, okay, that's a puzzle piece. It's Donkey Kong.
No, it's Banjo, bruh. Doing in my face, bro.
What am I doing in your face? What are your face doing to me, bro?
But I think, like, if we're not talking like the gigantic, huge ones, the two announcements that resonated with me the most was definitely, obviously, Animal Crossing: New Horizons, because it looks like they're doing so much different, interesting stuff with that. Yeah. I really it feels like they're taking elements of like that Desert Island Escape minigame from Amiibo Festival, and then they also put that in Amiibo. Yeah. Happy Amiibo update or whatever it's called for. I was playing that yesterday on the 3DS. I forgot that was on there. You get the
Happy Home Designer.
No, just New Leaf.
Oh,
yeah,
New
they
Leaf.
Put that in an update. I haven't played Happy Home Designer.
Okay.
Never played it. But yeah, like, because you could craft items by collecting stuff, and they're doing like a similar thing, and that's neat. It's like it's got a level of survival to it, which I think is interesting for Animal Crossing, because like the Animal Crossing like formula just lends itself well to I remember thinking when I was a kid, like, you can eat an apple, but it serves no purpose. Like, what if you had a hunger gauge? What if you had to, like, survive? And my friend Daniel was like, that wouldn't work out. I always thought that was an idea that could work in Animal Crossing, and they're doing something sort of like that, and I think that's cool. But the other thing that I was really happy to see was the new Luigi's Mansion 3 footage. Yeah. Like, it looks really good.
It has come a long way since the first trailer.
The first trailer didn't give me a good idea of what it is like. This kind of looks like Luigi's Mansion 2.
Yeah, this is... Yeah.
But the new trailer kind of was like, oh, okay, whatever. But it was the extended half-an-hour gameplay where it's like they got like an equivalent to Portrait Ghost back. And they with unique personalities. There's rooms in that game that are so freaking creative. Like, one of the levels is a haunted film studio. Yeah. And there's a part when you're in a blue screen room and you look through the camera and the blue screen's replaced with like a background and a setting, and then Luigi's like in a different like movie world, and it's like that is the kind of creativity and personality from the first game I was really hoping to see. And plus it looks like they're just further expanding upon the gameplay, like the way you can like grab a ghost, you're like slamming him around. There's like a more ways to interact with your environment. The plunger, you like stick it on something and rip it off. That's like really interesting. And I like that, because I felt like Dark Moon was just kind of like, okay, shine the black light everywhere until you find the thing. But this is more like, okay, it's not just about finding stuff, it's just about like doing something to something. Which I think is just better and cooler. But I'm all for it. It looks like what I wanted this game to be, and I'm really, really happy about that.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that. I was looking.
Also, Cyberpunk at Microsoft. Keanu Reeves.
You're breathtaking.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good. Cyberpunk looks dope.
No More Heroes 3.
No More Heroes 3. That was a surprise announcement, because I felt it was so soon. But like, no, they're doing it.
I looked at the start of the trailer. I was like, is this No More Heroes game? And I went, looks like a No More Heroes game. I don't think that's a No More Heroes game. I went, oh wait, no, that's a No More Heroes game. Oh, that's cool.
It felt very Suda.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, like, is this Suda? Then he got in the Suda armor. I'm like, okay, I don't know what this is.
Yeah,
new IP or something. And then the armor fall. When he landed that pose with a beamed katana, I was like, wait. And then the armor fall. It was like, wow, that was Travis.
Yeah.
Just, you can't recognize him with the hair down and without the glasses. Yeah. It's like, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, Nintendo had the best by a mile, I'd say.
Microsoft was like, to me,
I thought Microsoft was really good. Like, I'm not a Microsoft guy, but they just showed a lot of like games. They showed a lot of good stuff. I was kind of disappointed we didn't really get a good look of like what next gen game's gonna look like, because like the Halo sure looked good, but it didn't look better than Uncharted 4. I mean, maybe the gameplay will play smoother than Uncharted 4. Yeah, sure, in 4K, yeah. But I mean, until I see that, I'm not sold on like next gen. I'm gonna
gotta show off the console specs, you know.
Yeah. So I guess it's E3. I mean, we can talk a whole lot about it. But
Watch Dogs 3's coming. Or
I don't know.
Legion,
the more
or whatever
Legion, they looks. I feel like that game would be better if they got rid of the gunplay and focus on the hacking. But they're like, no, there's lots of gunplay, and it's like, well, that looks bad.
They
I don't know. It could be.
Didn't they go like gunplay? Less gunplay, and then now they're going back to gunplay again?
Yeah, because Watch Dogs 2 had more options other than gunplay.
Yeah,
and
where it was like stunning.
No, I'm talking hacking. Like, you could make a car drive away as a distraction. You could, like, there's lots of missions. You can do it without even setting foot on the property.
Yeah.
That's what being a hacker should be about. But this is like, no, being a hacker is...
taking 2 steps back.
We're shooting people. And it's like, well, I think it'd be cooler if you could... I mean, you probably still can do every mission without hacking, but I don't like the idea of, like, you can play this game in whatever way you want. It's like, no, I want to play the game the way you envisioned a game to be. Mm. Because if you try, jack of all trades, master none. Come on, like... And I like Deus Ex Human Revolution, or, like, all the Deus Ex games. Like, you can play how you want to be, but it's still a stealth game. Like, you can play cracking through walls, or you can play going through vents, or you can play turning invisible. There's lots of different ways to play, but you're still playing it as a stealth game. Watch Dogs being able to, you know what I mean? It's just, come on, have a more focused vision. That's what I want.
Yeah.
There's a way to do wanting people to play how they want, and then there's a way to be like, well, I'm just playing a different game at this point.
Yeah.
But, Is that it for E3? Are we good? That was all like the major points. I mean, there's a lot we didn't talk about, but we're getting running out of time, and I want to take
let's get some questions.
Patreon questions. So let's move on to the new segment that we introduced last podcast. We take Patreon questions. We got a good amount here. Not as many as last time. I kind of posted this on short notice because I forgot to post it yesterday, so I just kind of posted like an hour before we did this. But Noah Nesbitt asks, what do your parents think of your choice in careers? Were they supportive when you revealed that you were going to be doing YouTube full time? I guess it's more a question for me.
Yeah, I mean, I just work at EB Games, and I don't really interact with my parents in a sense.
My parents are never like, they were never like iffy about it. Like, I just showed my dad that I was making more money doing this than retail, and he was all for it, you know? Yeah. My mom was super happy for me. She like thinks the idea of me like doing what I want and like following my dream. You know, I went to film school, couldn't get a film job, and I'm doing like video. My mom is super happy for me. My mom was always like super supportive of me. So yeah, it's like, you know, there's never a question in their minds about it. Yeah. What is next? Callum asks if we could have any game remade from the ground up to fix any issues in the original version, what would it be? You want me to go first? I've said this before. I'll say it again. Super Mario Sunshine, because like the whole structure of that game really needs rebalancing. Yeah. Well, I'll try and think of something else. You want to go, and I'll try and think of something else.
And I don't even know. I don't know. There's like a lot of games I would like to see remade, but I just don't know about if major issues.
Sonic Adventure, like to see remade.
Sonic Adventure 2.
Sonic Adventure 2. Yeah. Sonic Adventure 2. Oh, well.
Or even Sonic Adventure 1.
I feel Sonic Adventure 1 needs it more than 2. That game is just like, in Emerald Coast, if you hold forward going on that corner, you clip through the wall every time and die. True. That's like, that needs to be fixed.
Sonic Adventure 2.
Dinosaur Planet. Remake Star Fox Adventures, but make it Dinosaur Planet. I explained how I'd love to see that in the video I made. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I want to think of like one more thing though that just fix any problems. I feel like there's so many games that I've covered that like I have that about it, but I don't know. Oh, whatever.
Would you want to fix Sonic 06?
No. Like, if Sonic 06 wasn't broken, it wouldn't be so interesting to me.
Yeah,
that game wouldn't be fun if it wasn't
broken.
It is
literally a shortcut masterpiece.
Yeah, I love that game because it's busted to shit, you know? Don't fix it. Remake the game and make it even more broken. That's what I want.
Oh my God.
Here's a really good one. What's your favorite, from Jordan Gonzalez, what's your favorite 2000s video game commercials? See, that's where we grew up. I always loved the Nintendo commercials. The guy was kind of just, you're Yoshi and you can throw eggs at this guy, only on Game Boy. Talking with this kind of monotone. It was kind of like this like eeriness to it, and then at the end it was like, GameCube.
Yeah.
I remember the DS campaign, Touching is Good. Or like there's a guy like poking on his window with his finger, and he's like making the toilet paper go, and he's like poking the guy who's brushing his teeth in the face. There's the Kirby one
with the touch one. That I remember seeing that on 4Kids. Fox.
On 4Kids. Yeah.
I loved that one.
Yeah, where Kirby and the guy in the big finger costumes walk in. It's like, Kirby
pushing Kirby on the swing. Being the bridge.
Just like the weird mascot costume stuff. I loved. Like there's the one where Yoshi throws an egg at like a car for the Game Boy Advance.
I remember seeing that. Yeah.
Yeah. I love stuff like it. Wasn't. I was gonna say it wasn't like a lot of modern commercials. Like, look at people playing the game. Back then, it was like a dramatization of what you did in the game in real life with a goofy mascot costume, and I love that.
I love the Mario Party ones.
Oh yeah,
with the mascot suits, like they would just be like on these like platforms in a pool, like trying to bash each other into the water. There was one of Yoshi in a parasail. Yeah, and then like he hits the end of a bridge because they drive under a tunnel. And then there was the Bowser one when he's at a sleepover.
Oh yeah,
they crank him and they got whipped cream on his face. So.
I think my favorite Nintendo marketing campaign was "Who Are You?"
Oh yes,
where it's like someone would do something crazy. He's like, "Who are you?" I'm saying like there's this gymnast does like crazy flips. Everyone's looking at her and says, "Who are you?" Samus. Or there's the one where it's like all the Japanese people running to get Mario 3, and then it cuts them. They all got Mario heads on. And says, "Who are you?" Like I love that. Yeah. That was awesome.
There was one Mario Sluggers. It was Peach. She hits the baseball, and it literally all it is an outside of the stadium scene with a car, and you just see this baseball come down, and the car explodes.
Oh, I think I.
And then Luigi comes walking up and just goes. Boop, boop.
Yeah, they always have.
I love that.
They have like a setup.
Yeah.
And the punchline is like after the Mario Sluggers for GameCube, whatever. Boop, boop, like the little punchline after. That's that structure of commercial. I really liked. That's just like Nintendo stuff. I can't even think. I mostly was seeing advertised like Nintendo stuff.
Yeah.
I
remember like
I think of.
the adverts or the ads for like Teletoon at night.
Oh yeah,
Detour.
Those are awesome. I talk about that in my video. About Canadian
You're now
cartoons.
entering the Detour.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah, that shit was good. Let's see what else we got. Do you still Opa Pingus I know this guy. I know. I don't know if you want me to say your name to help, so I won't. But whatever. Do you still have the Lucario mascot costume? Do I ever plan on using it for anything again? Yeah, it's just in my closet. It's been in my closet, like, stuffed in there since, like, I mean, there was one thing we were going to do. We were going to make a sequel to Amiibo the movie. I'll put some footage here.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a parody of, like, both Goodfellas and Wolf of Wall Street. Because I was really into Martin Scorsese in college, and I was like, oh, I'm going to parody every Martin Scorsese film at once. Because, like, the movie ended with, like, the Departed reference, and I wanted to have, like, lots of Scorsese references. And we filmed a couple things for it, but we never finished it. I felt like it went on further until, like, the Amiibo hype craze kind of, like, died down, and it's, like, a much more niche hobby, like, people like Brady here.
it ain't ever not hype for me, man.
Yeah.
I am the hype.
That's the only other thing we ever really used it for, and that never came out.
It's a real shame though, because that those clips are all done in the studio at
my school,
at
my college.
It was really nice. It was
don't
really fun.
have access to that. I missed that studio. Don't have access to that anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, do I plan on using it forever ever again? If I ever need a gag where there's a Lucario mascot, then yeah. But I mean, I'm not gonna just like. If I need it for a gag, then yeah, but I'm not going to make a gag just so I'll need it, you know? I feel that would feel a little forced. But yeah, I might use it again sometime. I don't know, it's just been in my closet ever since. Nikato Salazar says, what video game have you played and said, fuck it, and never played it again? Ghosts and Goblins on NES.
Oh yeah,
that game sucks. Because I remember back, it was like kind of renowned. I was like, this is like one of the hardest NES games. I was like, yeah, I'd take on a challenge. It's hard for the wrong reasons. It's just badly programmed, badly made, and it's just unfair, and it's stupid, and it sucks, and I was getting mad at it, and I was like, I'm never playing this again, and I never played it again.
You know what, I'm similar, but it's Ghouls and Ghosts.
Really? On Super Nintendo?
Yeah, on Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like
So
literally...
that game's not actually bad, though.
Yeah.
NES version that sucks.
It's still really tedious. Like, it's tricky, and I was like, no, fuck this, I was done. I was like, no, thank you.
I think I said that about Amiibo Fest, but I'll probably play that again
sometime. Oh, no, that one I'm immediately saying no to.
I'll get somebody else.
Kai was like, if I ever got a Wii U, would you play that with me? I said, absolutely fucking not. I was like, I'm not playing it again.
Fun.
No, when you win out of the blue from some kind of cheap shot. That was
hilarious.
stupid.
That was hilarious.
No, both me and Robbie were just sitting there like...
Robbie was just like...
I was like, that is bullshit. I'm done, man.
I remember that clip. I had like red all over my face because we filmed Killer Miller on Granicore, so I had like
got all bit up by bugs. We were sweating.
No, but I had the makeup on my face to make it look like I had blood all over my face, and that was just still there.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were like, "What's wrong with your face? There, are you okay?" Is there an untapped genre I see myself exploring, or even a console that I think will be featured more on the channel? Like a genre I haven't really looked at. I don't know. Animal Crossing. Is that what genre is that? A console I haven't featured much on the channel. Dreamcast. I haven't done much Dreamcast stuff. I mean, when I played Rayman 2, I did the Dreamcast version, the Kangaroos on Dreamcast. That was the only two things I could think of.
Yeah.
I'd really love to do Super Magnetic Neo sometime. That's like a Dreamcast exclusive. I'd really like to do stuff that's like only on Dreamcast, not like Rayman 2 where that's just like one version of it. Yeah, that's one. I did a lot of Xbox stuff, did a lot of PS2 stuff, and 64, GameCube, PS1. I the only thing I could think of is like a Saturn. I have a Saturn now, but I still don't have a controller for it. The thing is, the problem with Saturn is Saturn games are really expensive, and I can't think of any platformers that are exclusive to it. I can only think of like Croc and Rayman, but those are ports, you know. Gex, I think, had a Saturn version, at least the first one. Yeah, I don't really know any consoles, but other than Dreamcast, but like any genre. I mean, like I like sticking to like adventure games and platformers because that's what I grew up playing, and I feel like a lot of this is like reminiscent of like when I was a kid. You know, the same way that Angry Video Game Nerd, he covers stuff that he would have grew up with. I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah.
Like old games, but old just old enough to be like from when I was young.
Yeah.
Like genres, I don't know. I just kind of do whatever I feel like. So I don't know. What else do we got? How do I constantly make videos? I'm by far the most consistent and hardworking YouTuber. You like to hear my work ethic? I don't know. I just do it full time. See, it's easy. You just play through the game, you write the script and record it, and then edit it.
Yeah.
Duh. I don't know. What do you want me to say? Do other people don't get videos out as much? Maybe it's because this is the only thing I do. Like, this is my full-time job. Like, I don't have a side channel for Let's Plays.
That's what I was also going to say.
It's just the only thing I do.
Yeah, the closest thing to a side channel is one that we
Granicore,
only rarely do, where it's like every now and
that's like something
whenever.
That's like something we do for fun. Yeah. I'm not like that consistent. I put out a video like every week and a half.
That's pretty
maybe
consistent.
1 to 2 weeks. I don't know. Some games, like if it's like Mega Man Sprite game was like 2-hour game, so like I can finish that real quick. A lot of it is like, how long is the game? Like a lot of people want me to review like all of the Persona games and all the Shin Megami Tensei games. Those games are fucking 90 hours each.
Yeah.
You'd be getting one game every 2 months. No. But then like a platformer that takes me like 6 to 7 hours to beat on N64. It's like I can beat that in 2 days.
Yeah.
It's 2 days to finish the game, sometimes 3 days. Let's say 3 days to finish the game. Writing the script's another day. Sometimes it takes another day after that. Record, maybe record again, edit a bit. So that's like 9 days. Do a video. That's like, but then I don't know. Sometimes it might take 11, or because I mean, sometimes I might just not work a day. I might hang out with friends a day, like I am today. You know, I don't know. Let's do it. Things don't get done unless you do them. So, I don't know. I'm gonna refresh see if we got any more. So that's all the ones we got. But let's see if there's any more. You got one more. What are some of your favorite video game soundtracks? I'll start with you, because I kind of been taking most of these. Most of them come from me.
Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Adventure 1, as well as most of the Metal Gear series. I love Metal
Sonic
Gears.
Adventure 2. I love Sonic Unleashed, one of my favorite soundtracks ever. Sonic Colors is also really underrated, I think. Sonic series in general is amazing, but if I had to pick one Sonic game, Sonic Unleashed. I love... That was one of the first games where they went, like, full orchestra, but also with a lot of variety. Like there's a lot of accordion. There's like a lot of like French sounding music. I mean, like they have tried to have a different like genre.
Very cultured.
Yeah, very cultured music. Yeah, because they're going to a lot of different parts of the world. Yeah. So it's like a lot of variety, but it's consistently like, good. I love like the jazz sound of like the Werehog stages. I love that soundtrack. Mario Galaxies 2's classic soundtrack. Chrono Trigger. One of the best soundtracks ever.
Yeah.
Chrono Trigger. Xenoblade Chronicles, the first one. Amazing soundtrack. It's probably my favorite JRPG soundtrack. Xenoblade Chronicles 1.
Yeah.
I like it's very acoustic. A lot of acoustic guitar in it for like the field areas. Yeah, I guess that's it for me. Mega Man 2. I always forget about that.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate because I can cheat.
that's a collaboration. That's like my favorite soundtrack. It would make me so mad when like
soundtracks everything.
Spike used to do the video game awards, Spike TV, and like best soundtrack, it would be like Guitar Hero that wins.
Oh yeah.
It's just licensed music. They didn't make the soundtrack for the game. That's fucking bullshit. Fuck you, Celeste.
Yeah.
Good soundtrack. Love
Celeste really.
Soundtrack. Yeah. Anodyne. Love Anodyne soundtrack. I actually ordered that on cassette. They printed cassette copies on the Yeti. I ordered that. It's only $12. Yeah, it's awesome. I don't even have a cassette player, but it's just a cool thing to have. If someone's driving an old car, stick that in. Yeah, my dad's got a cassette player in his car. He's got an older one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna refresh one more time. Oh, we missed one.
Did we?
Annie Chess says, "Hey James and Brady, what games would you consider to be close to perfect?" I'll let you start because I got my answer already.
Close to perfect.
Okay, if you need to think, and I'll go.
Yeah, I need to think.
Pikmin 2. That is a flawless video game.
Yeah.
There's nothing you could do to improve that, other than like add more levels, add more content. But that's not really going to improve it. I think the gameplay of that thing's perfect. I think the structure of that game is perfect. Some people say they don't like the caves. They're wrong, and I'm right. Sorry. I love that game. Like here's my argument in defense of the caves. Like Pikmin 2 felt much more survival focused than Pikmin 1 because it's like you click on the cave, you're given the list of dangers that are in there. You kind of take stuff going in. That's what you got. Yeah. You don't know how deep that thing's gonna go. And sometimes, maybe halfway through or a third of the way through, you'll get an opportunity to leave. And it's like, should I leave and come back tomorrow, or should I risk it and keep going? And like that's just something like thrilling and excited about that, taking those risks. Like, should I go further, or retreat, or should I bring this many guys in there? Like, I don't know what's going to be the next floor. It's dark in there. It's kind of eerie. It's kind of spooky. The atmosphere's amazing. When you're walking down, you hear creatures, and it's like that game. It's like some of my favorite ambience ever in Pikmin 2. I think that the character designs are endearing, and the enemy designs has got great variety. They're really fun to combat and take out in different ways using different types of Pikmin. I really don't think you can improve on Pikmin 2. I think that in my eyes, that is a perfect video game.
I guess Donkey Kong Country 2, in my eyes.
Yeah.
I literally have no complaints about that game.
Yeah.
1 was a great start, however, it wasn't as diverse in its levels, I feel. It was...
Yeah, they kind of reused the same aesthetics.
There was a lot of aesthetics and very, like, similar
A lot of lava
gimmicks.
levels, a lot of, like, pirate ship levels, you know.
But,
it was varied.
Yeah, Donkey Kong Country 2 was a really good, very close to perfect game. Yeah, 2 was like the peak of everything, and then they kind of went down with 3, where it's
I never played 3.
3 was like the one no one was really expecting.
Yeah.
One everyone kind of wanted, and then when they got it, it was like and that was because David Wise.
Oh, didn't compose that, but he did the Game Boy Advance version, which sucks because the Game
Boy,
Boy, the sound font. No, not the sound font, the sound chip.
Oh,
the Game Boy Advance sucks. That's why I hate Mother 3 soundtrack, because it's a beautiful soundtrack, but it has to sound like garbage because the Game Boy gets on the Game Boy Advance. What's another game? I mean, my 2 favorite games of all time is Majora's Mask and Pikmin 2, but Majora's Mask has, like, little things I would fix. Things that maybe it doesn't. I don't know, I feel like it's kind of harder, because I've played that one so many times, that it's like, even if there is something that's probably objectively bad about it, I just know my way around it. That doesn't even faze me. Pikmin 2 is definitely my answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, I'm going to refresh one more time, see if we have any more questions. And if that's it, then I guess we'll just wrap this up. That's about it. I'm going to make sure we didn't miss any.
Yeah, seems like we...
Alright, yeah, that's it. Okay. If you there's probably going to be a lot of people that comment on that tonight, and it's just, like, too late. Apologies, I should have posted this yesterday. But, if we didn't get your question, just comment next time. I'll make sure to remember to do it ahead of time. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Fun. Yeah, is there anything you want to end with? Because I guess we can wrap this thing up.
I'm not too sure. I think we've touched on just about everything.
Yeah. Check this clip.
Ah!